Senator Sanders, thank you for joining us this morning. We saw that hug of Hillary Clinton yesterday, but boy, as Cecilia was just suggesting, a lot of your supporters still pretty upset. Some Facebook posts. You broke my heart and betrayed the left, Senator Sanders. That's from Cesar Diaz. Jessica Boyer, you chose her over us. What do you say to your supporters who feel betrayed?
What I say is absolutely imperative for the future of this country that Donald Trump not be elected president of the United States. And what I say at a time when this country has enormous crises, we do not and cannot have a man with Trump's temperament, with the nuclear code, and running this country.
So it's about the lesser of two evils?
No, it's not about the lesser of two evils. If you look at issue by issue, we have Hillary Clinton who wants to significantly raise the minimum wage because we've got millions of workers in this country working at starvation wages. Donald Trump wants to allow states to have the right to do away with the concept of the minimum wage. People can be working for $5 an hour. Hillary Clinton wants to expand health care. Hillary Clinton wants to make public colleges and universities tuition free for all families in this country making $125,000 or less. Trump wants to end the Affordable Care Act and throw 20 million people off of health insurance. Trump does not even believe what the entire scientific community is telling us about climate change and the need to transform our energy system.
As you know, Senator, though, not all of your supporters are convinced. So what more does Hillary Clinton need to do? And do you think it might help if you ran on the ticket with her? Are you open to that?
Well, I think what Secretary Clinton needs to do is get around the country and make the case which candidate for president is stronger for the American middle class, for working families. And I think, George, when we start focusing on the real issues facing this country, the answer is going to be very clear. What Trump wants to do is give huge tax breaks, hundreds of billions of dollars in tax breaks to the wealthiest people in this country. That is pretty crazy.
Are you open to being a running mate?
Well, that issue has not been raised yet, and I doubt that that will happen.
It's pretty late in the game. But you would be considered if she asked.
Well, look, right now, what my job is to do is to make sure that Hillary Clinton is elected president, that we defeat Trump, that we come up with a set of principles and an agenda that speaks to the needs of working families. And I'm very proud, by the way, that over the last couple of weeks, as you may know, that the Democratic platform now is the most progressive platform in the history of the Democratic Party. And that Secretary Clinton, I think, is speaking about some of the very real issues that impact our people.
What do you think is happening out there? We have these new polls this morning showing Hillary Clinton behind in Florida right now. Donald Trump basically tied her ahead in Pennsylvania and Ohio.
Well, I think what Secretary Clinton is going to have to do is get around the country and contrast her views to Donald Trump's. This is, you know, the point I made yesterday, George, this is not a beauty contest between Trump and Hillary Clinton. This is the fact that the middle class of this country is in trouble. Which candidate has more to say about education, more to say about health care, more to say about climate change, more to say about income and wealth inequality, more to say about a sensible foreign policy? I think the people hear the contrast between the two. I think Secretary Clinton's support will grow.
Finally, sir, you've seen this war of words between Justice Ginsburg and Donald Trump right now. Was it appropriate for a Supreme Court justice to call a presidential candidate a faker and to joke about moving to New Zealand?
Well, that's I'll let Justice Ginsburg answer that herself.
Well, what do you think?
Well, what I think is that right now we have to focus on electing Hillary Clinton to be president of the United States. And let me be very clear. I agree with what Justice Ginsburg said. I think that Trump is a total opportunist. I do not believe anything that comes out of his mouth because I think the record is quite clear that he lies just a whole lot of the time. And I think we need a president right now who is prepared to be consistent, to stand up for working families, and to protect our children.
Senator Sanders, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.